Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If this is your first video, hi, I'm Alaina, and this is The Organized Money, where we talk about planning life and managing money. This is another functional planning video, which I have done quite a number of these, so I will create a playlist for them just in case you wanted to see all of the ones that I have done previously. But in this one, we're going to get into 10 more ways that you can get things done with your planner. So let's go ahead and get started. My first tip is to decide on your life categories. I have talked about this in a number of functional videos that I have done before, but every single planner that I have is based on a life category of mine. I have 10 life categories, which are all 10 very special areas to me that I believe that I would want to stay on top of to make sure that I am living a well-balanced life. And the reason that I decided to do this was because I realized in my early planning days that I was so focused on my business planning and my overall schedule that things like my family planning, my relationship, all of the other things were kind of falling by the wayside. So the first thing that I did was write down all of my life categories. These are areas that are super important to me that I want to continue to focus in on and make sure is growing. Some of my areas are spiritual with my faith planning, mental with reading and learning something new every single day. Then I have my business planner where I am keeping track of my business, and my health planner where I'm keeping track of my health and my overall fitness. You know, I have a group coaching program over on Patreon, and in our Tom Academy group, we always are talking about life categories, how to decide what's important to you, how to figure out what you need to be planning, and what are the different things that you could possibly plan within your life category. But I feel like this is the very first step in getting more done with your planner, because once you lay out all of your life categories, all of the different areas of your life that you need to make sure you stay on top of, then it will be easier to write and keep track of different things within your planner. So my first tip is to decide on those life categories, decide what's important to you, and then make sure that you are jotting them all down so that you can find a place within your planner to work on those particular areas. My second tip to getting more things done with your planner is to have a daily section, a brainstorming section, an area in your planner where you can just jot different things down. So this is my brainstorming section, and I use daily sheets in order to brainstorm, brain dump, write down all the different things that I have going through my mind on a particular day, just to make sure I stay on top of things. I feel like every planner girl needs an area in her planner where she can completely scribble scratch. I know that we like to keep our planners nice and neat and pretty, and it's just kind of in us. We can't just write down randomness anywhere in our planner because it really affects us in a certain type of way that I don't believe everyone will understand. But I do believe that you need a notebook section or a planner section that is just free for all, where you can write down notes as messy as you possibly need or want. And that's what my brainstorming section is for me. Most times I don't have stickers on it, but as you can see, I was just bored this day, so I was just putting in stickers. But for the most part, I am just kind of jotting down randomness, whatever comes to my mind. And I believe that this is the best way to kind of stay on top of those random things that come up that we may have not had planned in our planner, but we need to jot them down so that we don't forget. So when something comes up throughout the course of the day, maybe I'm talking to someone and I'm in a rush and I need to hurry up and jot something down, this is the area where I will do it. And I believe a brainstorming / random writing area is the best way to make sure that you are going to stay on top of your planner and actually get things done. I know it's an abnormal tip, but trust me, have a scribble scratch section in your planner. Tip number 3 is to repurpose some of your planner inserts. So I know a lot of times we will see a planner insert and then we feel like we have to use it for the exact function that it was scheduled for. But what I have realized is that my planner inserts work so much better when I repurpose them for whatever I may need them for. For instance, with this particular planner insert, this one was set up for a daily schedule, but I'm actually using it to kind of schedule out my social media for the very next week. So I wrote down what I was planning on doing for Instagram and my class for Money Monday, what was going up for YouTube, what blog posts I was going to write on Wednesday, and being able to use this for another purpose than what it was actually planned for is something that I really like to do with planner inserts. And so I think it's a great thing that you should definitely try, because just because you have a particular insert that was set aside for something else doesn't mean that you have to use it for that particular purpose. My next tip is to have a routine section. Building and keeping up with your routines is a great way to stay on top of your life. So with my routines, I will keep all of them at the very top of my catch-all planner. So for instance, with each one of these sections, I have a specific dedicated time within my schedule to make sure that I am staying on top of them. For instance, with my workout is a part of my health planner. I will have listed here from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. that I need to work out. And within my health planner, I will have listed out exactly what I wanted to do or need to do. For instance, it might be a 30-minute run along with a stretch or some other type of lifting weights or something like that. But once I have done the workout, I will check it off here, and then I will flip over to my health planner and kind of write out every single thing that happened. Meaning, did I run and walk? I will list that I ran for 30 minutes, I burned 120 calories, and I ran a distance of 2 miles. So this is my daily schedule, but it really helps me to stay on top of my routines, because every single day I have a list of when I'm supposed to be doing a particular thing, and then I can check it off or I can X it out. And then if I know if I have too many X's on too many days, that I need to reprioritize and make sure that I'm staying focused in a particular area. My next tip is to have a notebook section. So this is kind of like my brainstorming section, except a notebook section is just a place where you can jot down a bunch of different notes from different things that you may be learning or things that you may want to take action on later. So for instance, with me, since I am a coach and I'm constantly talking about planning and money, I am always looking for different things that I can learn on that topic, and having a notebook section is a great way for me to kind of flip through and look at the different things that I have learned, see if I may want to apply them or put them in a video, try them out, experiment, and bring back my results to you guys. So I think having a notebook section is another essential section, because just like with brainstorming where you can jot down random things that come to your mind, with your notebook section you can organize those different things that may have come to your mind in your brainstorming section. So the brainstorm is like a scribble scratch random section where you can jot down a bunch of different things, and then you can come to your notebook section and actually structure everything out and plan it out to where you can actually organize it and know exactly what you're supposed to do. I know I've talked about having a notebook section before, but it bared mentioning it again because this section is so vital to me organizing and making sure I have content together and ready for you guys. So if you are a YouTuber or you are a teacher of any kind or a coach of any kind, I highly recommend this section because it will really help you to organize your thoughts, organize your videos, organize your lesson plans, whatever you may have coming up. Even if you're a speaker, because I have used this to like outline different things that I want to talk about for a speaking engagement. The next tip I have talked about before, but it bears mentioning it again just in case you missed it or you don't realize how helpful it could possibly be, and that is to have top and side tabs. So with my top tabs, it's so easy for me to flip open to different sections of my planner, and I really love being able to easily flip back and forth. And the one thing that I'm going to do, I haven't done it yet, but this was another tip that I saw on another video. I want to say it was Planning with Bumble, but I'm not 100% sure. But that was to have, no, it was Jen Plans. She's the one that said it, and she has her top tabs labeled on both sides. So you see how I have expenses here, but if I'm on this side, it's not here. So I'm going to add it here because it would make it easy to flip back and forth between the planner, having it labeled on both sides. So have top tabs, have side tabs, and label them on both sides so that you can easily flip back and forth. It's already like that on the months. I don't know how I didn't think about this, but having it on the front and the back of the tab is so functional, and it's going to make this even easier to flip back and forth in my planner. My next tip is to have a monthly goal list. I like to keep my goals on the side tab here of my monthly spread for whatever section I am working on. And the reason that I use the side tab instead of the monthly layout notes and ideas that's here is because this is actually attached to the month before. So since this is the month of October, and then November starts right here where this particular divider is, but I always take out the previous month and put it back in its original planner, which means I would lose all of the goals and the notes that I have put here. So what I decided to do instead is actually put it on my monthly spread so that I have access to it at all times. This is so that you can make sure that you stay on top of all of the different things that you want to do, and then you can paste them out and make a weekly list based on these particular things that you want to achieve, and break them down even more into a daily list to make sure that you're going to achieve these things. So since this is my catch-all planner on mine, I do have my books that I want to read, the house things that I wanted to do, and then I have some social media goals down here as well, and then I will break them down even further when I go to that particular planner. So this is the catch-all planner, but when I go to my business planner, I will jot down all of the different things that I want to do for social media to see if I can achieve these goals. So I highly recommend having it in a place where you can see your goals every single day. My next tip is kind of along the same lines, and that's to have a next week section in your planner on the weekly spread as well. So I always like to have a next week section where I am keeping track of the different things that's coming up next week, just in case there's anything that I need to do in preparation in this week for that particular thing that's going to happen in the next week. And having a section within my planner where I kind of jot down what's coming up next is so incredibly helpful when I am trying to pre-plan and get ready for the next week. So have a place where you kind of jot down the different things that's coming up the next week, and you can do it when you're actually planning the current week. You could just kind of jot down what's going to happen the next week, so it's kind of like a pre-planning section. Or you can think about it toward the end of the week. If your week isn't like solid to where you know what's going to happen, you can kind of wait until like Friday and then fill this section out, so that when you're planning on a Sunday or a Monday, that you already have this laid out, and it's kind of to make sure that you don't forget anything that's coming up. So I love having a next week section. I highly recommend it. It will definitely help you increase your overall planning, organization, and productivity for the next upcoming week. My next tip is to have a time blocking section. So we kind of talked about this when we were talking about the routines, but when you are able to time block and set aside a specific time that you're going to complete certain things like routines or work, or when you're going to read your Bible, or when you're going to read a book, anything that you have kind of going on, any appointments, when you are able to set it by a specific time, then you're more likely to get way more done. And you're more likely to not overplan your day. Before I was using the time blocking system, I was just a vertical planner, but I felt like I was constantly failing because I would jot down all of these different things that I wanted to do, but I wouldn't get half of them done. But what I realized is because I was just using the vertical style, what was happening was I was over scheduling my day. I would put so many things that I wanted to do on a particular day, and there was no way I was going to fit all of that in if I genuinely thought about the time that I had to complete those tasks. So what I do now is I will jot down the different things that I want to do, or like the areas of my life at the top here, and then I think about how much time each particular activity will take me, and I schedule out my day based on that time. And with me time blocking my day, I have increased my productivity so much because I'm only scheduling in what I actually can get done, and then anything that doesn't get done gets assigned a new time the very next day. I can say once I started doing this system, everything got better. I got better at keeping up with my home. I got better with reading my Bible every single day. I got better with actually planning out my work and increasing my productivity. My business grew. Everything got better once I became better at planning out and being more productive. I even got better with my money because I was able to plan way better with my expenses. I was able to budget more efficiently. So I feel like it kind of all comes back to how you are able to plan and structure your day, and it will really help you overall with every other area in your life. And that's why Tom Academy is the way it is, because I know a lot of time people will ask me, why is the group coaching program not just talking about money? Why are we talking about planning as well? Because they feel like they just need to worry about the money side of things and how to budget and all of those particular things. But what I have realized is that if you don't know how to plan, if you don't know how to structure your day, how to get organized, how to get productive, then the money will never get right. It's very difficult to get in a better financial state if you don't know how to plan your life and how to organize things. And that's why in Tom Academy, I am focused on both. We talk about planning life and managing money. And if you are interested in joining Tom Academy, make sure that you check the description box out. It is $20 a month, and we have 4 weekly classes that are all around planning, productivity, organization, money. And then you also have the Money Monday classes, which you have free access to. You can download them, watch them whenever you want. And I also give homework and downloads and a bunch of other goodies in there as well. So guys, I hope that you enjoyed the tips, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Hopefully it will help you get more done with your planner, and I will see you in the next one. Until next time, keep organizing your life so that you can achieve your dreams. Bye guys.